my personal best, episode 2. Welcome, ladies. My name is Summer, and my co-host is.
I am Tiinstwalo Chabalala.
Yes.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. It's so nice to have you guys.
Yeah. We have Mandy and Nomusa. Shall we get it on?
Of course. Yeah. Let's roll.
Anyone is ready to just introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Mandy, the Jada, mother of 3. I'm a member of RunAlex. Joined the club in 2022.
Yeah.
And I'm still here, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
It's lovely to have you, Mama.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm Nomusa, Shelembe, a mother of 3.
Yeah, you've been there, Mama, eh?
No.
She's seen it all. She's there, man. You've been there. I feel like we like the newbies.
Yes.
I joined in 2018, and then I was just like a runner, and then I got an injury. Then I disappeared for like
Forever.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Then
That's long though.
I couldn't. Yeah, I got like an Achilles tendon fracture, so they had to stitch it back. Long story short, I had to be off from running for like a whole 2 years, physio or whatever. So
Did you go through like operations? and stuff?
Yes. I was. So, but yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, and it's lovely that I'm back with such strong women that are joining us today. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think I joined later than all of you guys because I've been here since 2022. It feels like I've been here forever because of my presence. But I just knowing you from a distance, you are one bubbly person, so much energy. Your presence is always felt. Does that have a very good impact on your running journey?
Sure, that's a very good question. For me, the personality that I have and who I am stems from the fact that in whatever I do, I've told myself that find joy in the little things in life.
That's lovely.
Yeah, find joy in the little things in life, because life as a woman becomes very hectic sometimes, and it can be icky. You know, you have those moments where you feel like, I can't do this, and then you get to that part where you say to yourself, but I can do this, you know, and then you find joys in the little things, and that's where my personality came in. And I told myself, just be yourself, you know, embrace who you are. It's okay to be who you are, you know, whatever you reflect, whatever people see in you, you know, be that person. Don't change your personality. Don't try to be a person that you are not.
Yes,
and then I found that it works for me. I just became myself, and I'm happy with who I am.
Preach, Mama.
Yeah, I'm happy with who I am.
That was very, very lovely. So, Mama started on your normal, typical day of training. How is it? I mean, you can also mention what happened today in the morning. Today is just training day. In training day.
Can I start back in 2019?
Yeah, you can take it. Yes, Mama.
Yeah, it was so difficult and hectic. Yeah, my planning for it, I had to find a time where I could start my running. So I had to do it in the morning, around about 5:30, going to work, then have a shower to work, then I start my work duties. That was hectic for me. And then I think I forgot about my kids. Too much. Like, it was great, like it messed up the whole family structure of me and the kids. But since then, everything I've gelled in and everything is going accordingly. So now I know in the morning, 6 o'clock or past 6, I go out and run, go to work, I bath there, then I start with my work duties, then I come back, I relax, I have time for my kids and everything. So since then, everything is okay.
So in a structure, it's how you manage your training and then your family.
Yes.
How does it work for you, Mandy? What is your normal training
typical
look
day.
like?
Typical training
Yeah.
day. Okay, typical work training day.
Yeah.
Ah, God. Depending on what I'll be doing on that day. Let's say I'm not a morning person, so I do not like training in the morning. I'm sorry. Those guys who wake up at 4 o'clock and be like 4 o'clock and AM gang and people like that, that is so not me. I will not sit here and lie about it and say it's something that works for me. It doesn't. I'm more in the afternoon because it relaxes me. So it relaxes me because it takes away the stresses of the day. You know, it takes away and it just melts everything away. And then what I do, let's say depending on the kilometers that I'll be doing on a certain day. So let's say maybe it's a Wednesday and then I have to do maybe 15 kilometers. I know I've already psyched myself up. It's during the week. I have work to do, knock off at 4 p.m. And then I have to start preparing myself for my run. And then I get there. Once you change and you get into that gear, your running gear, your mind has already shifted. You know, it already tells you, you know what, you're going to be doing something that you love. You have to be very specific about it. You have to be very, very intentional about your running, because if you don't do that, you get to a point where you become so lazy that you really, really don't do it. So I have become intentional about what I do. My training is, if I tell myself I knock off at 4, I will knock off at 4, and then from there, get into my running gear. Once into that, there I am, off into the road. I get there, the adrenaline is pumping. I'm doing what I'm loving, and then it just works for me. That's a typical working, like running day for me.
You know, Mandy, you mentioned Uzi, you're not a morning person.
Absolutely.
You know what I find interesting, Tiinstwalo, is that she's saying that she's gonna go run in the afternoon because then she's prepared her mind. I struggle to work out in the afternoon. So I feel like the whole day.
Can I tell you something that I've been experiencing, I think since last year, August, when I was training in the afternoon. I find it very easy for me to train in the mornings because I still have the energy, my mind is locked in. But in the afternoon, I experience hives. And it's such a terrible thing. That is why I don't like exercising or running in the afternoons.
I feel like in the morning then
it works better.
The endorphin,
and it prepares you for that.
I have so much energy and I run through the day nicely. Because in the afternoon then I'm tired, I've been at work, like there's been so many things to do. I just want your bed. I just want to get home and just so no afternoon. No.
I think for me it just works. It works different.
It makes sense though. It makes sense.
Because I see everybody gets excited and endorphins get going in the afternoon, where I know I have to melt away all the stresses that I had during the day. That works better for me. That actually locks it in, and I have to get out that anger on the road, take out all that frustration that I've had during the day, take it out on the road, and then I find that it works for me.
And you sleep peacefully.
Oh, listen, the peace that comes with that, because I know I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. If I say to myself, you have to go for 15 kilometers, and I get maybe 1 kilometer more.
When you talk about our frustrations, just now when we were having a conversation downstairs before we came up, Nomusa mentioned ukijima sometimes, most of the time in most cases, your distress. Can you just take us just a little bit on what you meant?
What I can say, like before I started running, I had a lot that was going through in my life. First I had a passed away, 2010 passed away. So like everything, like it was like, no, I need to go this journey of running. But I've been the person who's been exercising
all along.
Before I joined running, I started doing karate. Then after so I was doing karate. Then with the issues around here, Alex, like there was nobody taking the sports further and everything. So I started jogging and saying, no, there's a sport. If you wanna go run spa ladies or whatsoever, that's the thing you should do and everything. I started learning more about the sports. That's how like
So running
Yeah,
is
so-
really a lot.
So running is my therapy, like
Yes.
everything
yeah.
I go through, every problem that I have, I make sure I go to running. Then when I come back, I have a clear solution in my mind. Like I know what to do after whatever problem I have. I know this is 1, 2, 3 steps that I have to take.
I'm just going to. We might touch on a personal thing because you mentioned loss, and you also mentioned that running has been that therapy for you on how to deal with loss, especially in our black community. You know, siyakhala for that discussion, and then you are forced to move and continue in the middle. But you have found like an ongoing therapy, and I just want you to, like, I say explain it because you've just explained it, but how did you deal with having to be a single parent, to deal with comforting your kids? They lost a parent,
Well,
and you also
yourself.
lost
Yeah,
a partner.
yeah.
How was that for you?
It was very, very hard each and every day, because first it was my because I was a sporty person and I knew like what I must do to find comfort. That's when I started like to say, no, I'm going to do comrade. Yeah, in 2019. Like that's when I took the journey off. So, and it did work for me. Really, it did. That when I came to the 60-kilometer mark, that's when the tears started. Oh, 60 That's when I think the medication was starting to work with me. Like to pick up yourself, like be a strong woman. Your kids need you more than ever. If you can just like
Yeah, you mentioned something about the wise. You need to pocket the wise. When the going gets tough.
You have to pocket your why.
And what is your why?
My why? Sure. Where does one begin? With comrades, I'll tell you my why. For me to come to running, this my story as well. In earnest, for me to start doing running in earnest, it was in 2020 when I went through my divorce. Very angry.
Sure.
Angry black woman. That's what they call us, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand our pain and what we go through. And I went through that, and I found solace in running and hiking.
That's
and
beautiful.
I found solace. I didn't go the route of, I could have lost my mind with the things that one has to go through, with the pain that you experience as a woman. You know, you have to find an outlet that you have to make it work for you, so that it helps you to go through the whole thing. You have to channel all that anger, that resentment, and all that pain into something, because if you do not do that, you'll find yourself going mad crazy. So I found solace in running. At first I was like, I'm not a serious runner, so I had a best friend. I have a best friend who believed in me so much.
Hey, but someone can't say that.
You know? My best friend, I thank her even like all the time, and she knows this. She would just come and drive from her house, and I would cry and I'd be like, I'm uncontrollably, and she would come and be like, let's go for a run. I'm just a walker, I walk. So she would come and say, no, let's just go run. How you run is we're just gonna go pole to pole. I'm like, what is this pole to pole that you speak of? And then that's how my journey began. Like, it's not been that long that I've like been running seriously, like, and then when that started, it grew. And as I said, it became therapy. I found that I could cry as I was running.
Yeah.
I could scream as I was running.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more that we don't talk about as black women that we go through that experience. Instead of us, you know, sometimes we don't believe in therapy. You know? we do not believe in therapy as black women sometimes, you know, and you find like, I'm strong. Why must I go through therapy? Like, not understanding the things that you are going through and the feelings that you're experiencing that are things that you actually need to let go and to speak of, you know. And once I found that solace on the street, once I started my running in earnest, and it was like, okay, oh, here it is. It is something that I've been looking for. Sure. It's not that I was never a person that runs, but I was never really a serious runner. And then it came to a point where I started to believe in myself as much as everybody was believing in me. To a point where I ran even better than my best friend.
Yes, girl.
Now, listen, she says to me, you are the craziest person I know. You are resilient, you are strong, you know. You once you set your mind into something and you believe that you can do it, and you let into it into such a way that you will achieve it. Because you set your mind into it and you say, I have a goal. I have a dream. As impossible as it is, you know, I will see it through. So I latched into that and I started my running in earnest. I had my failures. You have failures. You will experience them. They will make you cry. They will make you
wants to cry now.
Question your life decisions, you know. She speaks of her pain. I understand pain.
Yeah.
I've had mine. I've had the health scares that I would never talk of, and because you bottle them in. You only talk about them to people that you feel like they will get it. You're scared. You are scared that I will be mocked for being weak as a black woman.
Yeah.
You know, I will be ridiculed to say, why are you not? Our mothers gone through such things, but they never cracked.
Do you know, there was different times back then. I feel like our mothers, when they went through things, they still needed to be stern. Girl, you gushoniwe kaya, but mama is.
No, they have such expectations of us, and we are not that generation. The things that we experience, do not take my life pain and compare it to somebody else's. Do not take my journey into the things that I'm going through and compare it to somebody else's pain. We are all different, you know. We feel things in a different way. To a point where I've been a person who's been suicidal. You know, because it's like you're battling so much, and you do not know how to speak of it. You're scared, you know. And then once you find this solace, and then you find this running community, you know, and you're like, oh wow, so there's something that can take me out of this, you know, without me having to go the route that is like, you know, yes. And I don't have to tend to the bottle per se for me to be a sane person, but I can do this a healthy way, you know. And then you give into that, and then it becomes your adrenaline, something that drives you. So, and then you find your purpose, and then you go through that, and then you just hold on, and then you blossom from there. And then it embraces you as much as you embrace it. You breathe it in, you know, you allow it to build who you are as a woman. You run. As you run, you let go.
Yes, ma'am.
In the running, there's letting go.
Nomusa, khulumenge comrades. So I just want to know what inspired you. Like, khona mhlawumbe umuntu ombonile nje, like, you know what, nami. Yini into ethe uyogijima 86. Hayi there must have been something ethe kuwe.
Beyini lo hlanya. Mangifika ku-RunAlex, I met amahlanya ami. Shining. Oh, like it was. We're so wild. Like being I've been born again, like you.
Yes, mama.
You feel it. Because I said, no, go, you'll do combat and you'll finish it well. I don't know what what's that combat, what's that 86. I said, know what, I'm gonna register you GP. Marathon, you're gonna go there. And then when I score, you do it. And score.
Why ever, mama?
But Judah, I'm busy training la pair for it. So figure.
Yeah.
42, so figure. Good. Pick me up. She picked me up with Priscilla. Then we went to GP. Then we are starting. Everything is starting to shut down now.
Sure.
Then I remember Priscilla at the back You're gonna do it, girl. You're gonna do it, girl. By the time it's 4 hour, 50-something, 55 hours on the gate there comes the other guy. So, he came, Mama, the guy is gonna start shooting me. Let's go. I've never run like that. Like my legs were stretched. But when it says 4 hour 49, that's when I got, wow, you have qualified.
Wow.
Oh my God, okay. Then what's going on? We don't know anything. They're sitting, they say you're at age. At the back there. Age. Skip on. Okay, I started training, and then I started training.
The jargon that comes with it.
Then Comrade came, it was on the 9th June 2019.
Hey!
Oh, me with my tutu again. Yes, girl. Tutu.
Funny tutu.
My pinchos.
Yes, ma'am.
A beautiful yellow socks. We're running for endometriosis. Canisa's thing. Said to me, we're gonna do it with Spongile. It was me and Spongile who was supporting Canisa's thing. Then we went there starting like, the first second kilometers we're a lot, we are overwhelmed it's so packed I was running for Tsumani then. Yeah, because I had to have a club.
Yeah.
But I was training with RunAlex. 2019.
Yeah,
So we stole you then.
So yeah. But when 5 kilometer mark, then I met Nelly, who was also training for RunAlex, but
belonging to another club,
Yes.
Yeah.
Then there was another guy, Tabiso from Semane. Then he said, no, I have 6 comrades. Then you have to follow me.
Yes.
I was like, I feel like we are kitchen.
And this is
We
the
are
first
supposed
one.
like it's my first one. Yeah, I love my heels. When I feel my heels
When I grow up, okay, no. One day when I grow up, I want to say, I love heels.
You're even though my look at that. We have to walk with my heels, take it nice and it's we're literally walking very we're not in the hurry. So that guy he was taking us a journey with we're exploring to comrade Sophia would be and whatsoever we're listening to all these stories and okay. Run, walk, till they finished. Then it was 11 hour 48.
Wow.
So coaches were RunAlex and all the guys from RunAlex, they went searching for me, thinking I was lost. And where was I? Doing the voice show. That's where we. Yes. Back who accommodation here too. Then I bath myself.
Yes,
before drinking my beer. It was no, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, yeah.
Before this picture, now. No. Yeah, that's how.
That's a lovely journey.
Yeah.
Very
Inspiring.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
I can't my journey was, oh my gosh, for comrades. And how it started. It starts with my qualifier going to Gulf War, trying to qualify the first time I did it. And I've before even that, how I came about to join RunAlex and having a running club, because before I never had a running club. And I never used to have a running club. I was with the running with Tiinstwalo movement, and I've never had as I said, I was not a serious runner. So from there, the power of social media, how I came to be on RunAlex. So I see this conversation between her and Uken. They're going back and forth. So I'm friends with Lirato. So X. So what happens is it gets to a point where Glenn, the club and Glenn, they offer Ulirato a membership to RunAlex. So Lerato, because she's already running on Vitality, and she says she'd rather just give it to somebody who's gonna need it because she's okay. Me jokingly, I raise my hand and I'm like, I'll take it.
Little did you know.
I'll take it. And then I was like, oh God. And then afterwards, and then it really happens. I'm like, oh dear God. So it really is. And then I remember when they came to, it was Glenn and Ricardo. They came to work to actually present me with flowers and welcome me to the
Love
club.
it.
I felt so special. This is what it's like to have a running club.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it was like, and then they asked me, do you want to start your season now before it ends, or do you want to start the following year? So I was like, okay, I just prefer it when the year begins.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how I came about to join RunAlex. And it came to the training.
Hey.
Guys, I'll tell you this now. You guys, RunAlex people, you know this club. You guys run. You move. And I live in an area that is like really flat. So when I came to RunAlex, for me, I encountered the hill. God, I really
The hills that she loves.
I genuinely felt like I was dying. I would tell anybody who cared to listen that I'm dying. And then the coach, this is how you do it.
Yeah,
This is how you run hills, and this is what you have to do. I'm like, but I'm a slow runner. And then my dream, it has always been there at the back of my mind to honor my dad, because there were times when we would sit together before his passing of him. We just wake up in the morning and watch comrades.
Wow.
I have always been a child who used to run, I loved running, but not like seriously, but I would just run, It was a dream that I never thought could come true. It was something that was so far beyond my expectations of me that I never thought I could actually be able to achieve it, And when it came to me saying, let's do it, I felt, you are crazy. This is me speaking to myself. Is it because you are feeling pressure from other runners, because you are so much into social media, you're seeing so many people doing this, but it's a desire that you have, but it's a scary desire. You feel like, because you're not worthy enough of you being able to do that with the people that run it, and the distance that it is, and how hard they tell you so hard, and you're not going to be able to finish, but at the back of your mind, you're like, for yourself, just do it for yourself. Try it for yourself and see if it's not going to work out. And then the training began, and I have a personal coach, and he started drafting these impossible programs for me. I said, people have programs to run. And those kilometers that they have to put in during their week, these are the things that happen. I didn't know any of this. These are revelations to me. I'm new at this. I'm new at this. And I'm like, and you have to take this, and you have to take that.
Yeah.
There are things that people take in running to prepare you for, to keep you moving. Because you're thinking, so you're not running it with as much as you do it with your own strength.
There must be a balance.
There is something that is helping you along. Okay, so you get to learn. I got to learn, and I said, okay, 2023 or 2024. I tried in 2023. I dismally failed. I will not get it.
That's easy.
Dismally failed. And then 2024 came with the training that I had with RunAlex in my bag. I've never done an ultra before I came to do I think our training run for the comrades, which was the 60 kilometers.
I remember that.
I had never done an ultra in my life. I was a nervous wreck. I kept asking, what's it gonna be like? And there's this route that we have in RunAlex called Marlboro. Moment. Very sad. And
Eating a moment of silence.
you must and when we did it, we kept going around and around.
And around.
My God. And then when I got to the finish of that, I cried. I cried because I never knew I had it in me. And I cried for the people who believed in me. I cried for my kids who have been through the most with their mom who said, go. I cried for the little girl who got lost somewhere, who let go of her dreams, who said, it's over. You can't, there's no value in your life.
Sure.
I cried for the little girl who finished it. And I started to visualize. I started to believe that the little girl deserves to be a comrade. Because she's taken herself this far with everything that she's gone through to say, well,
Sure.
you are worth it. You deserve the joy that comes with you having achieved this. Celebrate it as if you've already run these comrades that you've. And then the people that believed in me, that came through for me and invested, all the things that they invested, be it I needed shoes. I will speak of my best friend again. I will mention her over and over again because that woman believed in me so much. And there's other women that came in. You see, as women, when I say you need a tribe of women that surround you, that carry you.
That's true.
And because they will get to understand this vision that you have, the sisterhood, they will hold you up, you know, they'll take your hand and they'll say, go for it, do it, and then they would buy me the things that I need. Because it would get to a point where like, I felt so defeated, like, I didn't have enough of the things that I needed for me to get to the point where I needed to go to be able to run the comrades, to register. Because these things are expensive. The races that you have to run, the money that you have to pop out for you to be able to run these races, it's insane, guys. You are a mother, you are a single mother. You have to take your kids through school, you have to do so much, and with all the things that you have to incorporate in all of this, and the money that is required for you, it gets to be so impossible. It makes you feel so defeated. And makes you feel so defeated that you have to do this on your own, and then you get the tribe of women that surround you. And then I came to RunAlex, and then I got this other tribe of women that actually embraced me, and then they taught me how to run. You look up to Nomusa and you're like, yay, mama, yay, listen here.
I love
you look at Ornella, the style of running, and I was like, I'm copying that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what she's doing, but that I think would work for me. You incorporate the little that you see in these other women that have gone through before you, you know, you get them to inspire you. And then once you're there inspired, you lock that in. And you take it and you pocket it. And then
ladies, I love how you guys mentioned along your journey, you kind of touched on how running can to become this new person that you've never been, that you didn't even know that existed in you. And I just wanted you to give us advice. What would you say to that young woman, old man who is looking to start running? And what would you say to them? They've never ran, not even 5K. What would be your advice to them?
Till the end. And that will tell you start a baby step of running. Then after baby step, we jog. And then we start running. And I don't say go and run. without me being there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, there is a program that I give you that you do it on. Sure, if it's
You're
weekend
present, yeah.
and whatever day that there's a day that I make that we have to be together and run together. So I can monitor your style of running and how far can you go.
Yeah.
Or are you a fast runner or a slow runner? So I don't like pain that much. I know running is painful and everything, but I don't want other person to feel like I enjoy running, I cannot enjoy the running. You have to enjoy it so that you can have fun and grow within it.
Yeah.
So like mostly of like, let's say like years before, because we didn't know anything, we would advise like people, yes, it doesn't wrong. Run, just go 50 kilometers, you'll see yourself. Then the following day, the person like say I'm and I thought this thing is so interesting and enjoyable and it's doable. Everyone here in this house can finish combat.
Sure.
As long you can run with your comfortable
pace
and
What do you leave for the next generation?
Sure.
What are you saying with your running, especially with our community, Alex?
Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
what is the legacy that you try? What are you trying to impact into that child who thought all I see is these four walls? It's money. That hold no future, that have no other prospect but for me. I see adults, the only thing they do is to just drink themselves into a stupor. What is it saying? Here I am a child, you know. What inspiration am I, me, ever gonna draw from these people who are running? Me as a runner who's there to say to the community, you see me running, you see me doing this. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not impossible. You know, come and experience it for yourself. The legacy that we would like to see for the people of Alex, we say we're leaving something behind that will be there 10, 20 years time. You know, this is not just about you. Don't see whatever you are doing right now as it being about yourself. Yes, you are a community of runners who are here now, but you are building something for the next generation.
True.
You see, RunAlex.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the impact that we are on. We are raising the future generation. The future generation is going to impact their peers where they are. To say, come, see what you are doing. Once they impact those, so it's a chain. You know, it changes the community that we are in. The legacy that we want to leave for the community that we are in is to say, guys, we can change. It's not just one thing that we are able to do. Don't look into that. Look into what you can do. You know, look into those other people that can inspire you to be something better and bigger than what they were as themselves. You know, this is what we want to impact. This is what we are bringing into the community that we are in right now. Be an inspiration. Inspire to. Let me say it this way. Be inspired to inspire. Be inspired to inspire.
I really like when you speak about what we do as RunAlex, because then we have programs for the kids. Because we are saying, don't just, you know, what are our kids doing after school? What are our kids? So we have those programs to say, after school our kids can go for training. Then not only are they just training, there's also RunAlex, because we're trying to empower our kids so that they can also just be able to stand out. Because
and it also gives you, as a mother, like Nomusa was mentioned earlier on, that when she started her comrades journey, she somehow, it's not an intentional thing, but she didn't have time for her kids. So you can bring your children, now where they are busy with training, and you are now training at peace, knowing that they are safe and you know where they are. So I just love how this thing, and I don't think
it's for the whole family.
It is. It's for the community. I cannot vote.
I think RunAlex, the mission is to have a holistic approach to the person that you are as a runner. Especially us as women, you know. because they know we have these stresses that we have on top of the other things that we go through.
Yeah.
So we have worries about our kids. You have your worries about your job and whatnot. This impact into your life. So if they bringing in your kids into the fold, then you have peace.
Yeah.
You know, because you know your child is safe. And when your child is safe, they will call their friend who's going, like, you know, kids have this thing. Sometimes they don't talk about the things they go through at home, especially in our communities. So you find that their child is going through the most. And then they see that child and then they're like, Asambe, you know, calling them into the running or the RunAlex. They find an escape. There's food. You find that there's no food. It impacts onto the child, you know. And then they find food there, you know. It helps them to say, oh, I find solace in something that can help me to believe. Look about look at them. That should inspire our kids. That's why Mina, I see what our kids are going there.
Yes.
RunAlex kids are going there.
Yes.
That's exactly who they are going to be. This is if you see our kids at track, I mean, like, listen, you see them, and you're like, oh, our babies. Oh. You know, this is a legacy that us, the older people, we are living for our kids.
That's beautiful.
And for our community, this is the impact that we're going to have. I believe this.
What's this? RunAlex personal best podcast. What a mouthful.
What a wow.